Thank you both. Walker County, Georgia parents and teachers are showing up to support Superintendent Damon Raines as his job could be on the line at tonight's school board meeting.
The Whitfield County Election Commission is fighting disinformation from Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. They say there is no issue with their voting machines.
And how to protect your home when using items that may cause a fire.
This is Local 3 News at 6.
Thank you for watching on this Monday. I'm David Carroll.
And I'm Cindy Sexton. The Walker County Board of Education is expected to begin their meeting any minute now. Superintendent Damon Raines' job is still hanging in the balance.
Dallas Payton joins us live from Lafayette High School, where the superintendent's supporters are gathering.
Dallas? David, Cindy. Now, the same support that showed up on Friday for Superintendent Damon Raines is doing so again here at Lafayette High School. They have even put together a table of the history of Damon Raines, about his accomplishment, different things he's implemented, and just pictures with him throughout the many schools in the district and whatnot, just to really show their support now. Now, while school board members elected to not make any personnel decisions on Friday, they have the power to do so this evening and to vote whether to keep or kick Superintendent out of his role. Now, Tabitha Noor is a third grade math teacher at Rossville Elementary, has worked under various superintendents, but says Raines has been by far the best one, and Noor says he just simply cares for the teachers and students, and there's no one else better for the job.
He focuses on what's important, and it's all about the kids, and some people have lost direction on what is important, and we've got to keep him in.
Noor says the support will continue until there is certainty that Raines isn't going anywhere. Now, this meeting is getting ready to start, and we'll bring you any updates or decisions that are not made. Now, reporting live in Lafayette High School for Local 3 News, I'm Dallas Payton.
Thank you, Dallas. An inmate was quickly recaptured after he tried to escape from the Cherokee County, North Carolina Detention Center. The sheriff says Kelvin Wayne Simmons was in the inmate yard yesterday when he climbed the fence. They say he fell and landed on the outside of the fence and was stopped about 200 yards away. He was taken to the hospital for injuries. Simmons is charged with felony escaping a local jail and misdemeanor resisting a public officer.
2 men in Ray County were indicted on unrelated cases involving sexual abuse of children. Daniel Willis was indicted on 2 counts of sexual battery by an authority figure. He's being held in the Ray County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Jamie Jordan was indicted on 3 counts of rape of a child and aggravated sexual battery. He's being held on $750,000 bond. Both men are awaiting trial.
The Walker County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a stolen sign. They say between October 11th and 16th, someone stole the Mountain Cove Farm sign in the Cove area. Now, the business says it's been hanging in that same space since the early 1940s. It's important to them. If you have any information, call deputies at 706-670-1939.
With so many eyes on the swing state of Georgia, any potential voting machine errors get a lot of attention.
And that is why the Whitfield County Board of Elections is fighting disinformation spread online by Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. Grayson Gordon has more.
Well, Georgia is a battleground state, so voter confidence here is very important. But it's good to know that none of these voting machines have been taken out of commission for any issues.
Once the Whitfield County voter discovered their ballot did not reflect their preferred choice, a poll worker was able to spoil their printed ballot. They were then able to vote for their desired candidate. This was the only incident out of thousands of Whitfield County early voters, and the Election Commission determined there was no issue with the machine.
That's the reason we encourage people to make sure they look at their ballot more than once, just to make sure that what they thought they put on the machine was what is printed on the ballot.
Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene ignited concerns on social media, saying this incident happened due to the machine, quote unquote, flipping the vote. Kelly Harris says Greene has not reached out to the election office, even though she threatened an investigation. Whitfield County has seen record-breaking early voting numbers. More than 7,500 people have voted. Whitfield County citizens can vote early Monday through Friday from 8 to 5 at the courthouse. Hours extended to 7 on Thursdays. You can also vote Saturday the 26th, 9 to 5.
And you can stay with us for updated results here in Whitfield County. Reporting in Whitfield County, Grayson Gordon, Local 3 News.
Thanks, Grayson. A series of house fires kept Chattanooga firefighters busy overnight and through the morning. The first happened around 10:30 last night on East 47th Street off Dodds Avenue. A vacant home under construction damaged two nearby structures when fire spread from it. Two families were displaced, but no one was injured.
The second fire occurred around 3:40 this morning at an unoccupied house on South Kelly Street in the Ridgedale community. The fire was started by a homeless person who was then taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
And the last was on Jackson Street in the Orchard Knob area. The vacant home was determined to be structurally unsound, and firefighters were taken out of the structure for safety. Crews were able to get the fire under control, and no injuries were reported.
As temperatures drop, people are going to be turning on the heat.
And with multiple fires reported across the Tennessee Valley, we wanted you to be aware of some safety tips to keep you and your family safe when the heat comes on. Local 3's Catherine Vaughn has more.
Just last week, the Chattanooga Fire Department says a heater plugged into an extension cord was the reason for a fire off Igo Gap Road. This is just one safety hazard you should look out for when using a space heater. We spoke to the Signal Mountain Fire Department for more precautions you can take. When it comes to heating your home, just one small mistake could put your home in jeopardy. That's why Signal Mountain Fire Chief Larry Sloan feels it's important to take precautions. He says before purchasing a heater, check to make sure the product passes safety inspections. Heaters that don't come with this label come with more risk, and it's best not to trust them. When you do use a space heater, plug the heater directly into the wall socket in a safe area.
Leave some space around it, 3 feet all the way around it. Keep it away from combustibles. Make sure it's on a flat surface.
Says the name space heater is a warning in itself. They're only designed to heat a single room and not an entire house. We've got more on what steps you can take to keep you and your home safe on our website. I'm Catherine Vaughn, Local 3 News.
And coming up, some 129,000 people in Tennessee are living with Alzheimer's or dementia. That's why the Alzheimer's Association is raising awareness.
And coming up, we'll take a final look at your full weather forecast. Coming up in a bit.
Hi, I'm Jack Allen. You know, I hadn't seen my congregation.
More than 129,000 Tennesseans are living with Alzheimer's or dementia. To bring awareness to this disease and raise money for research, the Alzheimer's Association Tennessee chapter is holding their annual Chattanooga Walk to End Alzheimer's this weekend.
And Cornelia Nicholson introduces us to one woman who's walking for her grandmother.
Lorraine is her name, so yeah, we called her Grandma B though.
Shelby Turner was in 2nd grade when she heard her grandmother was diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
She was young. She was early onset Alzheimer's, I believe in her mid-60s.
Although Turner was young, she remembers it was a hard time for her family, who was caring for her grandmother before she went into a nursing home.
It was very stressful, of course, and it's exhausting, even when you have a loved one in a facility like that. I think for my grandfather, there's a lot of grief.
While there's more research about the disease today than when Turner's grandmother was going through her diagnosis, more than 129,000 Tennesseans live with Alzheimer's or dementia, and their families still feel that stress.
You have a lot of family members that are caregivers that are unpaid. So I believe it's over about 369,000 unpaid caregivers.
Turner says that's why the Alzheimer's Association is so important, as they offer support, care, and resources for those living with the disease, their families, and caregivers. The association raises funds through events like their annual Walk to End Alzheimer's that's happening Saturday, October 26th at Coolidge Park.
We talk a lot about how when you go to the walk, it's kind of like going to the biggest support group you'll ever attend.
Turner has participated in the walk for several years, honoring her grandmother, but this walk is even more special as she's the walk committee chair.
Now I'm helping families, like my mom and my aunt and my grandfather that are going through the same things.
Turner says her favorite part of the walk is the Promise Garden. Each participant will carry a flower to mark their journey with the disease.
Even if you come by yourself, you're not going to be alone when you get there.
In Chattanooga, Cornelia Nicholson, Local 3 News.
Well, the walk is this Saturday. Registration begins at 8 o'clock that morning.
And their goal is to raise $170,000 for research and care. As always, we have more information inside our app.
Coming up.
This is going to be a long-term situation, so I just ask that the communities not forget those areas that are affected.
North Carolinians still need help after Helene devastated the area. How you can help them after the break.
This is Local 3 News at 6.
It was just 3 weeks ago, but it has been 3 long weeks.
Yeah.
When Hurricane Helene devastated western North Carolina.
Leah Bowling was there. She spoke with the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office for an update on the conditions and what's being done to help. She has the story.
As North Carolina works to rebuild, the Cherokee County Sheriff's Office has helped the North Carolina Sheriff's Association's disaster relief program.
And what that is all 100 counties, all 100 sheriff's offices come together and provide relief and support to other agencies. Statewide, I think there were 78 counties and sheriff's offices that have provided relief. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of deputies, dispatchers, detention officers, and also moving inmates from one facility to another facility.
Sheriff Dustin Smith described the devastation he's witnessed.
It can be shown on TV and in pictures, but when you see it yourself, it's unimaginable for our area to see that type of devastation.
For some areas, it will take years to rebuild.
We were in Yancey County speaking to officials there last week, and they're still looking at maybe 6 to 8 months without power. A lot of Buncombe County still don't have power. Some of the areas that we went to, you drive up a road that is not there anymore, and you look on both sides, and that's where houses were, where people's homes were, and it's gone.
He says it's been amazing to see the donations rolling in from around the nation.
It's nice to see at certain churches and certain drop-off points the amount of water and supplies that they had. It was probably, most of them were bigger than a Walmart facility, and people were coming in and picking up the items that they needed.
But the need is still so critical.
We're looking at more specific needs now. Obviously, it's getting wintertime, so it's getting cold in a lot of those areas. So we're looking at heaters, boots for first responders, propane gas.
Sheriff Smith says while this is truly heartbreaking, the support from everyone coming together is beautiful.
That's just the type of people that we are. We want to help, and we're going to find every way that we can to help. This is going to be a long-term situation, so I just ask that the communities not forget those areas that are affected.
I'm Leah Bowling, Local 3 News.
Thank you, Leah. Sheriff's officers will continue to assist other counties as they rebuild.
And if you'd like to help out donating to hurricane relief efforts, we have all of that information for you on our website.
Here in the Tennessee Valley, the weather could not be more glorious, but there are folks south of us who are dealing with some issues.
Yeah, let's find out more from Hannah Sky.
Hey there, Cindy. Hi, David. Hey guys, 6:17 is your time. Here's a look at your full weather forecast now. We are looking at Tropical Storm Oscar. It was a hurricane the other day, now has been downgraded, not going to affect the inland United States. It's going to make a hard right turn and work its way into the Atlantic. It might impact areas of the Bahamas. Currently, it's impacting areas in Cuba right now, but it's going to continue to work its way out into the ocean over the next several days and then diminish. Now, for us, we're looking at higher than average temperatures. We're about 10 to 11 degrees over what we normally see. And as we head into next week, we'll start to slowly begin to see those temperatures dip down again. Here's another look at our Skywatchers report. So here in Ringgold, it was 73 degrees was our high, 73 also in McDonald, 75 in East Brainerd, and then over in Delano 82 degrees, 79 in Unica, and 72 degrees there in Turtletown. Now, our low temperatures tonight will be in the mid to upper 40s, 49 degrees here in Chattanooga. All around the board, it's going to be a relatively clear night. We might see some of that cloud coverage. Here is a look at what is dominating our temperatures right now. We've got this high pressure system, which is just to our northeast, and it's keeping those warm temperatures around. It's keeping our rain away from our area. Overall, staying warm and dry, and that's going to be continue to see our trend over the next couple of days all the way through Wednesday. Heading into tomorrow, we're looking at another high of around 79 degrees tomorrow. We're going to see lots of sunshine again, those low dew points making things feel absolutely phenomenal outside. So around the board again, up there staying in the upper 70s. It doesn't look like anywhere reaches the 80s tomorrow, but again, just beautiful, beautiful conditions. So temperatures, of course, we're going to reach around 81 degrees Thursday. Friday will be a high of 82. Muggy meter, we're going to be still absolutely comfortable, cool conditions. So it's going to be some dry air, not much moisture there. And then also taking a look as we move into the temperature trends 6 to 10 days out, we are still looking at above average temperatures all the way through the next 10 days. And if you're taking a look at your precipitation trends, we're starting to get a little bit closer to our average temperatures over there in West Tennessee. That's average rain chances. Then heading over for us, we're still looking at less than the average. And again, heading and looking over at your drought monitor, we're still in those moderate drought conditions, but those severe droughts are staying away from our viewing area, fortunately. Now, taking a look at your 7-day storm alert forecast, just to recap for you guys, we're looking at beautiful conditions all across the board, all the way through this week. Lots of sunshine, those warmer temperatures, not exactly sweater weather, but with low dew points, it's going to feel fantastic. So make sure you are able to make use of that and get those outdoor activities in before it starts to get cooler. Taking it on back to the news desk.
Thank you, Hannah. It was a tough weekend for the Crimson Tide. Take it from me. Tennessee pulled out the 24-17 win on Rocky Top, and Samantha Cassano is here with more.
Yeah, Kaylin DeBoer and co now 5-2 on the season, but they've got no choice but to look ahead. They've got a tough test ahead in Mizzou. How does the team get ready for another top 25 battle? Plus, a couple of players are getting some big praise after their performances this weekend. Who's taking home SEC and SoCon honors? We'll tell you up next in sports.
Coming up tomorrow morning on Local 3 News Today, it's a Tuesday, but not just any Tuesday. It's 2 Tuesdays away, 14 days away from Election Day. The final push is on. We'll have the latest from both parties. We'll have that along with all of your weather needs, a beautiful week ahead, your traffic needs, and your headlines, local, regional, and national. Wake up and do it Tuesday with us.
For 30 years, I was a teacher, not a
And here in the SEC, you know, there's such a fine line, obviously, between winning and losing, you know, and that's how you get beat.
The Kaylin DeBoer era of Alabama football has gotten off to a shaky start. And a 24-17 loss to Tennessee over the weekend just felt like another gut punch. The Crimson Tide are now 5-2 on the season, with both of those losses coming within the past 3 weeks. And a 27-25 win over South Carolina 2 weeks ago didn't exactly instill a whole lot of confidence for Bama fans. The good news is the SEC is wide open this year, and it's not entirely impossible that the Tide could compete in a conference championship game or still make the CFP. Alabama gets another top 25 test on Saturday when they host number 21 Mizzou. So it's crucial that the players put the past in the past and key in on what they have to do to tame the Tigers.
All that should be on our minds is what do we have to do to beat Missouri on Saturday, and anything outside of that is a distraction and does not keep focus on the main thing, and ultimately during adverse times, right, that's what you have to do, is keep the main thing, stay focused on the task at hand.
They can be prepared for a Mizzou team that has also looked shaky at points this year, but they're still 17-3 in their last 20 games. They've also got an experienced quarterback in Brady Cook and an offense that can be explosive downfield. Kickoff at Bryant-Denny Stadium is set for 3:45 on Saturday.
A couple of Vols are getting their flowers after taking down the Tide on Saturday. Junior running back Dylan Sampson is tabbed SEC Offensive Player of the Week. Sampson had a career-high tying 139 rushing yards. Number 6 was also responsible for 2 of Tennessee's 3 touchdowns. Sampson has already moved into a tie for second place in program history in single-season rushing TDs. He's got 17 through the first 7 games. Mays is named SEC Co-Offensive Lineman of the Week for the second time this year. The senior paved the way for a Big Orange offense that put up 408 total yards, 214 of those rushing. Georgia linebacker Jalen Walker is named Co-Defensive Player of the Week, while his teammate Michael Williams is tabbed Co-Defensive Lineman of the Week. The Vols and Dogs both have a bye week. Tennessee hosts Kentucky on November 2nd, while Georgia heads to Jacksonville to face Florida. And Mocs kicker Jude Kelly earns his second straight SoCon Special Teams Player of the Week honor. The redshirt junior scored a career-high 13 points in Chattanooga's 37-5 win against Wofford on Saturday. Kelly was 3 for 3 on field goals and 4 for 4 on extra points. His 48-yarder tied a career-long. UTC welcomes in VMI this weekend for homecoming. That game kicks off at 4 o'clock. The Mocs have a chance to win their 5th straight game, moved 4-0 in SoCon play. So there's that.
And for those of you who don't know, I grew up a Braves fan. Sam grew up a Mets fan. And so we're really excited about this Yankees-Dodgers World Series coming up.
So excited.
Yeah. All right, then. We know some of you are, though. We hope you enjoy it. Hannah, do you have a final word on the weather?
I do. I mean, it's just we got those beautiful conditions heading into the rest of this week. Still, the rain is going to evade us, but those temperatures will get up into the 80s. But with the dew points being so low, like I've been saying before, it's going to feel phenomenal. So, yeah, I would just suggest you guys to get out and enjoy it.
A lot of sunshine in that extended
Lots
forecast.
of sunshine.
That'll put a smile on your face, even if your teams haven't had a great weekend, right? We want to thank you for watching. Cindy will be back tonight with Local 3 News at 11. NBC Nightly News is next.